subscribe, support, stay positive.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, from the dark abyss, I give you the most electrifying show on the internet and on YouTube. Let's get ready for another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. Hello, folks, it's me once again, back here with the Sega Cam Gamer. And
hi there, everybody.
Mr. Mark Hyder, all the way from Mr. London, England. And just to remind you folks, please donate. Please donate to the man to help him get to Lager Fair 2015. Am I right, Mark?
Yes.
Yes. Mark will put his link in the chat, in the YouTube chat, so you guys can donate to him. We would really like to see Mark come over here to America and get to meet him in person. It would be electrifying. So, folks, tonight our topic is bullying. Let's stop the bullying now.
What chat? What chat?
What, Mark?
What chat? Chat or the YouTube chat?
Yeah, the YouTube chat. Okay. So, you know, folks, a lot of us have been bullied in the past. Some of you, I don't know if some of you in the Hangout, some of you in the chat will admit that you have been bullied and been pushed around, mentally abused by people because they thought they were better than you, smarter than you. They thought they could one-up you. They thought you could make you feel like a dweeb. Well, you know what? You're not a dweeb. Am I right, Sega Cam?
Yes. And I can tell about this because I used to have this stuff happen to me an awful lot back when I was a kid.
How about you, Mark? Did you ever have trouble in school or anywhere here on YouTube? Have you ever been bullied?
Oh yes. But you just ignore them, really. You don't really take any notice at all.
Something's wrong with your camera. Just to let you know that. Speak again.
Yeah.
Hello. My camera's fine.
Every time your screen pops up, it's black. Just to let you know that.
Well, mine is black.
Google Plus does that sometimes.
Okay. Well, hang on a second. Since that's kind of goofy, I'm gonna put it on me, and we'll hear you talk. Okay? Like you guys could be in the background. We as people are interesting, defying, and we draw in to our interests because we want to be what we want to be. So
That's when I'm watching the playback. It seems to be fine. When I'm watching it on the video box. Although if you want to just have it focus on you, that's fine, I guess.
That'll stop you from calling me. Yeah. So, we as people are individuals to launch ourselves into positivity, to feel out this bubble. And as Sega Cam can tell you, he was bullied and pushed around. And one thing is Sega Cam has always been bullied about is the particular subject I've noticed with Sega Cam Gamer is the negative people, the bullies, bully Sega Cam to saying he was behind September 11th, 9/11. He was behind 9/11, and for some reason, and another subject was people like to bully me. They say that that was the completion of my day vlog, which I'm working on right now, which also. Sorry to get off topic. I want to say also behind me is my new Godzilla poster. You know, if you want to say anything, you know, anything that's positive about the idealism of Godzilla and the character, you know, instead of him being negative and being the villain, you know, Godzilla comes through and destroys the city and stuff like that. But the thing is, because he wants to save the world from destruction, but he causes destruction in his wake. But really, he's trying to protect the people and just the oral fiber of the world. But if he was real, if this monster was real, he would send us back to the apocalypse. I did that in a video once talking about Godzilla and the effect of what he would cause to us. But we as people are developed for many reasons. We're developed to be skateboarders, we're developed to be painters, we're developed to be artists, we're developed to be whatever the hell we want to be. And the fact is, people, every one of you have your own little destiny. I'm pointing at all of you guys. Men, women, children. You know I have been bullied. I have been bullied to the point where I wanted to give up. I just didn't care anymore. I just didn't want to do it. But I just said, if you keep understanding, if you keep listening to the negativity, I say there's a level of negativity. This is the negativity. The way when the gear lifts up, positivity pulls it back up. The ways of karma. Do good things happen to you. Do negative things, bad things happen to you. But the thing is, people said, okay, my name is Earl Hickey. Yes, I may have picked that up off that show, but it was still a saying, karma. Do bad things happen to you. So the thing is, for us to stop the bullying is just be positive. And the thing is, the most directive thing I've ever noticed is people towards disability. It's so easy to say, shut up, you stupid retard. That's a hateful statement. Wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Very negative saying. It's so easy to naturally be negative. But let's do more than just be hateful and that. Let's go above and be better than. Here's the thing. I said in a video that I hate negative people. And maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. But the thing is, what I'm saying here is the idealism is I don't think I hate negative people. I just don't like. I'm disappointed in you. I don't hate you as a person. I don't know you as a person. I made the wrong mistake in words. But just to say, I just am disappointed in you. Disappointed, and some of you say, Tommy, I could be disappointed to some of the things you've said to us. Well, you know what? I was in a different state of mind. I felt an anger inside of me because the fact is, bullying is mean. And if we do understand the fact that if we keep being negative, we're going to get the crap knocked out of us every single day. Do you want the crap knocked out of you every single day? I don't think so. I don't think. Mark, do you want the crap knocked out of you every single day?
No, I'll be knocked out all the time.
Okay. Say again. Do you want the crap knocked out of you every single day?
No.
The thing is, we want to lift ourselves up and be positive. And if you know somebody with disabilities, go out and find that person and be nice for that person. Do something nice for that person. Think of somebody, the last person you were mean to, and do something positive for them. Just lift them up as a positivity system. Recently, I've said this in the past, and I've said this in a video. Diana and Chris Pirillo have just had their little baby girl, little Jedi Pirillo. Now, the thing about that is, people think that they have everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like bubbles. You can pop them. As simple as that. Oh, hold on a second, this is better. Yes, bubbles. Big, gigantic, opinionated bubbles filled with garbage. Filled with garbage. Some people, positive opinions. Positive opinion. Negative opinion. Positive opinion. Negative opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Well played.
Exactly. Say, Cam, I can guarantee that somebody like you is always dumped on every single day of the week because the videos you make, and because you're a little bit different and you have a disability, just like me. Everybody at their own has their own little disability, but it's not out there in the full effect of what it is. You can have, because no one, I've said this many times in the past, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. And the thing is...
I'm sorry, what was that you said just when I dropped out?
What?
I'm sorry, when you said that, I just dropped out of the call.
Okay. The thing is, we as people need to lift ourselves up and be positive and just to share the world with our entertainment, our value as people. Because if you think about it, SegaCam, Mark Hyder, and everybody out there shares the same thing. We as people are individuals because we have our own ways of expressing things. And I'll tell you a story about negativity. I was bullied in high school, so one of the stories that I have that is out there that I posted on Facebook, and I showed the movie. When I was in high school, before MAID ever happened, since I was in special ed classes, there was a certain test that kids would take. I didn't have to take the test because I didn't qualify. And for people saying that, oh yeah, because you're just stupid, Tommy, because you didn't even have to qualify for the test. It's just I didn't have to qualify for the test. You understand that? So, on with the story. I came at Owen High School, they let you into the lunchroom before school even starts, while the teachers are prepping for everything. And I went into the lunchroom, and I sit down with a group of people. Some of those people don't like me, but I don't care. I just wanted to have friends. I just wanted to be friendly with people and be nice and kind. So what happened was I had a VHS tape from my childhood, which I probably should have, it probably was my fault by taking it in. I had a VHS tape called Godzilla versus Megalon. Godzilla. 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 So.
Well, yes.
Yes. If anybody wants to search up what Godzilla versus Megalon is, you can. It's a very hokey version of Godzilla from the 80s, late 80s. I think it's the late 80s or late 90s, into the 80s. Now, one thing was special about this song was the Jet Jaguar song. Jet Jaguar, yes, da-da-dee, da-da-dee. And I shouldn't sing it, but it's a catchy song. I used to love listening to it all the time when I was a little kid. I used to love Godzilla, and because he was a good guy in that episode, in that movie. It was one of my all-time favorite Godzilla films because out of all the films, I didn't have all the films. I just had that film and Godzilla King of the Monsters, and which was sadly sold at a garage sale when I was moving up here to North Carolina. The thing is, to finish with the story, I was sitting at the table, and what I do is I'll set my bag either on top of the table or underneath the table, and I think I had set it underneath the table. So I got up, I did my rounds, walking around and doing all the stuff I could do, talking to people, having a good time. So the bell rings. If anybody knows, it sounds like a prison bell. Wah! At Owen High School. And everybody goes to their classes. Everybody leaves the lunchroom and walks. They give us a little bit before they start the morning announcements. I came back to my table And next thing I know, my table, the table that I was sitting at, all my clothes and my work gear was scattered around the table in a circle. My bag was emptied, sat very nicely on a chair, basically saying, "We don't like you, Tommy. This is a message for you not to sit at our table anymore." Classic bullying for people sending a message. You know what? All I was nice to those people. Nice to those people. And they laid out the negativity on me. Now, if I had found them, I would have laid out a lot of pain. But the fact is, I was I was angry in a bloodthirsty rage. Now, I wasn't going to kill anybody, but that's how I felt. I was angry, betrayed, and just stabbed in the back. So, I packed everything up, forgetting that I had a very important VHS tape in my bag, packing everything up, marching down the hallway to find these gentlemen. And so, what happens is I'm stopped by my principal, but the whole thing is I was stopped, I was calmed down, I went back to my room, and it was movie day in the classroom, so I started going through my bag, and I took everything out of the bag and searched every pocket, every crevice of the bag. The tape was not there. But I'll tell you, if any of you see my Maid episode, the gentlemen, the two gentlemen that I sat at the table with, the gentleman that played Oddball, and one of the other gentlemen wearing a gray jacket. If you go back and watch Oddball, and you look at the scene, the prom scene, you see the guy that's wearing the gray jacket, kind of bald, and Oddball, those are the two gentlemen that were sitting at my table, and those were the alleged thievery people that stole my VCR tape. Now, I've confronted both gentlemen. And it's been a long while since I graduated from high school. And I approached one gentleman, asked him, I said, "If you have my VHS tape, I ask you to give it back to me and be nice." The other gentleman blamed it on the other gentleman. So, a couple of years later, I approached the other gentleman, and I said to him, here's the thing, that VHS tape was a big part of my childhood. I loved watching that movie. But the thing is, when you took it, you basically hurt me. You hurt me as a person, because, and he admitted to me, I love it when bullies admit to you that they were crappy in high school, and that they did crappy things, and they want to change their life. Looks like a microphone, doesn't it? But the thing is, when they change their life, it's good. They are positive. They want to live in a positive perspective. But what the person told me was that he did not have that VHS tape at his house. And he didn't know anything about that VHS tape. Unless he was lying, or he did have it. But here's what I got out of him. I said, if you want to make this better, we as people better, I'll still have this grief over you. Here's what you have to do. If you want to make this better between me and you either have to find it on DVD and purchase it for me and give it to me and patch things up. Now I understand this. I don't hold grudges, but this was a certain value about that tape, a certain nostalgicness, a certain value that I would probably still want to. If I had children, I would want to hand that VCR tape down to them, so they could watch it. Now, that is one of my other favorite movies, Godzilla vs. Megalon. But the thing is, the certain nostalgic of it, having it as a child and watching it all the time, and then handing it to my children so they could watch it and enjoy it. The entertainment of a man in a rubber suit, another man in a rubber suit, and monster melees, combat against each other, was stripped from the future of my children. Now, I could go out and search on eBay, and search in Walmarts, and search everywhere, see if I could find it. But don't you think it'd be better for the person that allegedly stole it or did steal it to purchase me that movie on DVD or Blu-ray and give that back to me and apologize for doing the wrong thing, of bullying me. Now, it was a good thing that he apologized me to all the stuff he did for me. You know, he did to me. But the fact is, don't you think, folks, it'd be a little bit better if he gave back to me? He gave back to which is my property. Don't you think? That would be the positive thing. And now, this has been a brief story of going down nostalgic lane and letting you know a little bit of my past and a little bit where I come from, of my bullying, and I have stood up for myself. But I'm curious, Sega Cam, do you have a interesting little story of anything that ever happened to you in high school?
Not really. Mostly though, the only time that I got mostly picked on it was back when I was a kid. But after I moved in, then moved down into Elmer and St. Thomas, that all changed.
Mark, did you ever have any interesting stories about you being bullied or any stuff that happened in high school for you?
Not really, no.
Pretty much by the time when I was in high school, I only got bullied just a little bit though, but I was able to put up with it though.
Now, folks, it's time for the segment where you ask me a question and I'll answer it. And Sega Cam or Mark Hyder will read it. Now, remember, guys, read the positive comments, not the negative. But guys, look at the comments and read them out to me. And if there's any,
some of them I don't understand. I'm not going to read them out.
what?
No, some comments I wouldn't actually read out.
Okay. I don't know if this is really I don't know if this would really be considered trolling, but Donnie Don't said, Tommy, I seen Oddball. I really liked it, but I didn't see you in it. What part did you play?
Okay, just to let everybody know, I was the director of that film. I wasn't in that film, just to let you know. That was my directed film from MTV's Made.
Oh, okay.
From MTV's Made. That was my directed film. I was not in Donnie Don't. I was, just to let you know, I was not in that movie. I directed that. That came out of my brain. There's another thing I want to say. People say that I look like Jack Black. And
I don't think you don't, Tommy, but that's
a lot of
just
people say that I look like Leonardo DiCaprio, which
a little bit. Yeah, you look like him a little bit. Sort of. With the suit and probably without the hat, you would look like him from Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that.
No kidding. How many times?
Still a good moment though. I gotta get the Wolf of Wall Street.
One of the funniest moments, I have to say, sorry to get off topic, one of the funniest moments I think in that movie is the new boss of Leonardo DiCaprio basically says to him in the Wolf of Wall Street, he's like, how many times, I'm sorry for the young viewers, how many times do you do it? He's like, 2 or 3 times a day? He's like, you need to bump that up to like 10 times, man. You know, you do that, you're just gonna explode, man. I censored myself, so in case, here's the thing.
Probably the best moment I like about was, and this is no spoiler, this was in the trailer, the part though where they talk about throwing this guy, I think it was like throwing this guy right at a target, and then they're like, stop, safety first. Yeah, safety. I thought that was pretty funny too.
Oh, you mean? Oh, are you talking about the tiny people, the guys that were the man-made bullseye targets? Like,
Oh yes, yes.
yeah, they we need a safety first, guys. We just need to think about these people will go back and talk to other people, and they're trying to do Brooklyn accents, and
Yes.
One of the YouTubers I do respect that I call friend, and I say that any YouTuber that comes on my show, I call them friend. Thank you for coming on my. To all the guests, I don't want to knock out any guests that I've ever had on my show, except for a few that I probably won't ever speak to because of certain things they said on my show. We've had a lot happen to us on the Tommy Talks show. Tommy Talks. You noticed I didn't put the banner up. I apologize about that. All the things I was rushing together to put up, and I forgot to put up the Tommy Talks banner. Now, you ask, why didn't you call it the Tommy Talks show, Tommy? Well, because I was making it fatter, longer. I call it Tommy Talks, but the thing is, it's kind of a longer. It's an extender. The Tommy Talks show, or the Tommy Talks show. The is an interesting word. It's actually an extender. Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption. Or The Green Mile.
You can't just say Simpsons. Yeah.
Let me think here. Can you imagine The Godzilla? The Godzilla? Or The Godzilla? The Godzilla. The is in many. Let me look through some.
But you normally talking about one thing when you say the.
The movie was amazing. Now I'm looking through a lot of my sentence. I'm looking through a lot of my words here, and that are on here. The Yes Man, because the is not on there. The Uncle Buck, anything, you can use for the Seinfeld show, the Seinfeld show. The can use for anything. The mouse jumped off of the pond. The mouse jumped off of the pond. No, the mouse jumped off of the cliff. The mouse jumped off the cliff. The mouse jumped off the cliff. It's hard because you can start the with anything. But I'll be honest, have you ever started a conversation with the or the? Well, THE. That's simple. That is as simple as the word. Have you ever started the word? Have you ever started a sentence with the? Say your camera mark?
Yeah.
Maybe. Not my hockey. I'm always starting it off with.
Adam, you don't call it Bible. You just call it the Bible.
Okay. Well, okay. Here's the thing. That was that one question. Sega Cam. Was there any other? Yes.
Okay, well, here's a one question though. How much do you love life from a scale from 1 to 10?
I would say I love life around 10.
Well said.
10.
I would too. Even though with all the negativity here on the web, I would always leave it up there high as a 10 as well.
Yes, I try to bury myself in 10. Like, for instance, what's very negative to say is, that girl's a 10 right there. She could be a 20. No. That girl is beautiful because her face, her smile, and how she thinks, not just because she has a smoking hot body. I think people should be positive and not just look at females just because of their butts, their boobs. I think people should look at females for their brains, their incredible wit, their smile, and their attitude. And mostly, just to say, when you guys are dating a girl, just watch out in case I hate to say this, but I've been through many situations where I found out the girl was insane. Sorry to be negative, I just, sometimes it does happen where you find out the girl's a little bit cuckoo, and you're not being negative about it, but literally she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And you're just like, please go away. Sorry. I'm trying to work a thought in my head. I'm sorry for being slow tonight, folks. It is hot in my room. As you can see, my fan over here is going on. That's what that bright light is. This is my fan. And you can see just standing here talking to you guys. Sega Cam is here. So, is there any other questions from the audience, Sega Cam? Or impressions? Because I can do it.
I really don't know if this is really considered a question, but hey, Tommy, how's your health cleanse coming along?
Would that be comment from Drew?
No. Pepperoni.
Huh?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. I knew somebody would ask me about this. I am working on trying to start back that. And the thing is that it's complicated. So yeah, so I'm working on getting back on my health cleanse and start working on again. Is there another question? Sega Cam?
Just checking out now. Okay. What's the best software for editing videos?
The what?
This is off topic. But what is the best software for editing videos?
Well,
I'm sorry, okay?
Well, honestly, I use Movie Maker, and it's given me trouble in the past. But if you want a simple, coordinated movie software to start off with your first, vlogging experience is definitely Movie Maker. And to move up to different, I don't know any other names of editing software you can use. Mark Hyder, would you know any good editing software to use for vlogging?
No, Daddy, you are not going out.
Mark? Mark? Hello?
Hey,
Okay.
Mark, are you there?
He might have dropped out accidentally, froze up. Sega Cam.
That's my guess.
In your opinion, what is the best editing software, in your opinion?
Well, for me, just like you said, I use Windows Movie Maker as well. I do some. I also do it for my WearCamp rants as well.
So, is there any other questions, Sega Cam?
Hang on, let me just refresh this very quickly. Maybe
Any folks want to ask for some impressions? You can ask for impressions. I'm sorry, I haven't done one of those in a while, but while he's sort of refreshing that, I'm just saying we need to be positive.
Okay, let me see. Let me look through here.
But just to say, folks, we need to stop the bullying. You need to reach out into your community and be nice to somebody that is less fortunate than you. And look at the values of just the positivity that you can find in the world of how you feel. And that you just need to understand that you are important as anybody else, and no one is perfect. You understand that? We're all people in this world. We are all, what you say, jelly beans. We all look different. We all come out of the bag looking different. And the fact is that you have a destiny. I have a destiny. And for all to say, you will find the way eventually. So, any more questions or impressions, Mr. Secretary?
Well, there is one though, and I cannot. And this is just stupid. Well, there's actually an impression, although this one is just stupid. Dude, Darth Vader from Star Trek. Really? It's Star Wars. Darth Vader is from Star Wars. Unless you want to do Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Or who was William Shatner before, back in the original, anyway? Because I know Jean-Luc Picard was the next generation. Oh yeah, Captain James Kirk.
Yeah, he's
Sorry, my mom just yelled it out here in the background. You just heard that. She's like, Captain James Kirk.
The only thing I remember about Star Trek was the reference, got to get back to space to find the world of beyond the
Actually, I do
galaxy.
know one Darth Vader impression if you want me to do this.
Oh, hold on a second. Here's a Darth Vader impression. Luke, have you fixed my cappuccino?
But
Jedi, I am your father.
I remember they did a joke about it in Spaceballs, though. Just I can't breathe in this thing.
You know, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you folks. If you look up a picture of Nick Moranis, Hale Ramis, is that his name, Hale Ramis?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Look up a picture of Rick Moranis, and then look at and this is not negative. This is the honest truth. My father said it to me the other day. And look up a picture of Rick Moranis and look up a picture of Chris Pirillo. Match them together and see if you can tell a difference. Well, one has large brown curly hair, and the other one has dark short hair. But they have similar details to their face. But it's just a little thing. It was kind of quirky because, Chris Pirillo, he is a geek and Chris is a geek. We're all geeks in our own little ways. I'm a movie geek. I love movies. But the thing is, I want to give my blessing, my serious blessing, to Chris and Diana Pirillo, Mr. Pirillo, and Mrs. Pirillo, and the grandparents, Judy Pirillo and Joe Pirillo. Thank you so much for all you've done here on YouTube. Thank you to all the Pirillos, and I want to say thank you to all the awesome YouTubers out there. No exceptions. No exceptions. Thank you to every YouTuber out there that provides entertainment and fills our hearts with laughter and makes us turn our head and go, what?
Here's another impression here, Tommy. Walter White.
Don't you ever threaten my family again. I am the one it knocks. I am the danger.
Not bad.
Oh, no, here's another one. Say my name.
Ooh.
Heisenberg, you're damn right. I can't, it was awesome. I think it was last year's Comic-Con, that Walter White, that the actor who played Walter White, wore a mask. Bryan Cranston wore a mask to Comic-Con, dressed up like Walter White, and walked among all the Comic-Conies at Comic-Con, and then went up on stage, pulled the mask off, and made out the whole entire. It's a YouTube.
Yes, that was pretty impressive. He has his whole mask on, looking like Walter White, and then when he comes on stage, he just pulls it right off, and he's just himself, and that would really get people going, whoa, really?
I stood right next to him. I couldn't believe it.
You were sitting right next to him? Or just like right in front?
No, it's just saying that somebody would have said,
Oh, okay.
But just to say to every YouTuber out there, don't stop making videos. Don't stop entertaining, because you're important. All of you out there can be future vloggers. Inspire, entertain. And as always, folks, we have come to an end. And thank you for joining us here on Tommy Talks. Let's stop the bullying now. And as always, Mr. Sega Cam Gamer and Mr. Mark Hyder. And as always, you know who I am. I am Tommy NC 2010, and I am keeping you on the inside. Shh! We're here. Just messing with you. Oh, by the way, who's going to win the belt? Brock Lesnar or John Cena? And honestly, I have my opinion is the person that has the Money in the Bank contract is going to cash it in on John Cena and take back the belt, because that person would never cash it in on Brock Lesnar. Just a little bit WWE, a little bit of opinion about Night of Champions. I couldn't watch it tonight because I was entertaining you folks tonight. So keeping you on the inside.